में, ये उसको हेल्प करेगा अपने स्कोर को इम्प्रूव करने में। ये सारे फीचर्स जो हैं ये हमने प्रोवाइड किए उस गैप को फिल करने के।
प्रेडिक्टिव में हमने स्टैटिस्टिकल एनालिसिस और आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस को लेवरेज करते हुए कोशिश की है कि स्टूडेंट को हम बता सके कि जो उसकी करंट लेवल ऑफ परफॉर्मेंस है उसके बेसिस पर वो कितना सक्सेसफुल रहेगा। जेई एग्जाम ले लीजिए या नीट के एग्जाम ले लीजिए, वो उसके करंट परफॉर्मेंस लेवल से क्या आउटकम वो एक्सपेक्ट कर सकता है, ये हम अपने प्रेडिक्टिव एलिमेंट से स्टूडेंट को हेल्प करते हैं। एंड अनुराग, आई थिंक व्हेन वी वर गिविंग अ जेई एग्जाम, तो ये अगर चीज हमें पता रहती, इट वुड हैव मेड सो मच ऑफ डिफरेंस टू आवर प्रिपरेशन। अगर हम बात करें परफॉर्मेंस की, तो ये जो Q&I प्रोडक्ट है ये लेटेस्ट इमर्जिंग टेक्नोलॉजीज पावर्ड बाय AI, डेटा ड्रिवन एंड माइक्रो सर्विसेज बेस्ड आर्किटेक्चर पर बनाया गया है। ये क्लाउड बेस्ड टेक्नोलॉजीज इसको लेवरेज करते हुए बनाया गया है, जिससे कि ये हाईली स्केलेबल और
A very good evening to the distinguished school leaders that have joined us today. Thank you for being here. We will start very shortly. We're just waiting for more people to join us. Meanwhile, there's tea and coffee outside. Please have some refreshments. Thank you.
I would love to answer this question, Yes, Q&I definitely helped him a lot. When I initially subscribed for Q&I, he was not very convinced. He was already enrolled with a very reputed coaching institute. So when I suggested Q&I, when I subscribed and I asked him that why don't you use Q&I, he was very reluctant because he also had enrolled to another leading coaching institute's online program. So he was, more than happy to use that online platform. So when I suggested, he was kind of reluctant. So I kind of persuaded him and then he tried using it. Within a span of 1 week, that scene completely changed. I could see him using Q&I as the only platform for his preparation. It was not my pushing, but he saw the benefits. And as you know, children have their own opinion. They will not go by what you say. He used it, he got the results that he wanted. And I, as a parent also, I didn't know how his preparation journey was going. But once he started using Q&I, I could also log in, go to the analytics dashboard, see how many tests he's taken, what are the performance parameters. It was kind of like a win-win situation for both of us. And I wish I could have my son here to say that, but he did, tell me that, Mama, thank you for getting Q&I for me.
So before designing any product, we try to understand why we are building and then what we are building. So we have to be very clear about why we are taking up any project or any product feature or any offering for that matter. We just spend a lot of time on deciding why and the what. It involves a lot of survey, talking to people who are actually going to use our product. You just don't build it for today, you build it for tomorrow. You have to have that whole roadmap in front of you before you actually begin with the process of designing the first draft of it. And then we get into the process of designing the launch and the features that will go into it, and every team what tasks they are going to take. And then we come up with a strategy and go out into the market, and then the next step is to evaluate how the product is doing in the market. The other important aspect of it after releasing a product is to understand, get the feedback and make the necessary changes so that it is actually usable.
My name is Aryan Agarwal and I'm 17 years old. मैं हमेशा से एक इंजीनियर बनना चाहता था and I love exploring things.
अब इंजीनियर बनना कोई इतना it's not very easy. So I asked him to join a coaching classes.
प्रिपरेशन के स्टार्टिंग में काफ़ी सारे चैलेंजेस आए बट टाइम मैनेजमेंट वाज फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट. स्कूल से आना, कोचिंग जाना और उसके बाद सेल्फ स्टडी के लिए टाइम बचाना ये मुश्किल हो रहा था. कोचिंग में जो टेस्ट हो रहे थे उसमें मार्क्स कम आने लगे. इसकी वजह से मैं डिमोटिवेट होना स्टार्ट हो गया
और इससे वो बहुत स्ट्रेस में भी आ रहा था. मतलब सोचते थे कि वो कर भी पाएगा कि नहीं.
इसलिए मैं अपने फ्रेंड सर्कल के पास गया तो उन्हीं में से एक फ्रेंड ने मुझे सजेस्ट किया Q&I प्लेटफॉर्म के बारे में. Q&I सब्सक्रिप्शन लेने के बाद मैंने सबसे पहले उसमें एक डायग्नोस्टिक असेसमेंट दिया जिससे मुझे मेरे स्ट्रेंथ एंड वीकनेसेस पता चल गई. मुझे ये पता चल गया कि कौन से मेरे टॉपिक्स वीक है, कौन सा चैप्टर वीक है उसके बाद मैंने टॉपिक वाइज टेस्ट देना स्टार्ट कर दिया, जिससे मेरा काफ़ी टाइम बचने लगा, क्योंकि इंस्टेड ऑफ कवरिंग होल चैप्टर आई वाज कवरिंग टॉपिक वाइज थिंग्स। Q&A में ये एक अच्छा फीचर है कि टॉपिक वाइज क्वेश्चंस अनलिमिटेड हैं, आप कितने भी क्वेश्चंस प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हो। Q&A जब मैंने यूज़ किया तो स्टार्टिंग में उसने मेरी लेवल के क्वेश्चंस मुझे देने स्टार्ट किए, फिर ग्रेजुअली उस लेवल को इंक्रीज करता गया जैसे जैसे मैं अपने क्वेश्चंस और अच्छे करते गया, और मुझे उस लेवल पे ले गया जिस लेवल की प्रिपरेशन मुझे चाहिए एग्जाम को क्रैक करने के लिए। सो इट्स एन अडेप्टिव प्लेटफॉर्म विच हेल्प यू इंक्रीज योर लेवल ग्रेजुअली टू प्रैक्टिस मोर एंड मोर क्वेश्चंस इफेक्टिवली। और मेरे सामने पूरे जे का रोड मैप था कि मुझे कैसे कैसे आगे बढ़ना है, स्टेप वाइज कैसे कैसे मुझे आगे चलना है। It acted like a personal mentor for me and it made my performance better. इन सब चीज़ों के अलावा भी जैसे जिन टॉपिक्स में मुझे डाउट आता था उनमें Q&A के टीचर्स ने मुझे काफ़ी हेल्प की।
तो RNA सब्स्टिट्यूशन को यूज़ किया तो 2-3 महीने बाद मुझे लगा कि ही इज़ नॉट कॉन्फिडेंट इन हिज स्टडीज़।
साइट पे ट्रैफिक बहुत था और मेरा रिजल्ट खुल नहीं रहा था, बट जब फाइनली खुला और मेरी 3 साल की मेहनत मेरे सामने मेरी स्क्रीन पे थी।
आर्यन का फ़ोन आता है मेरे पास कि डैडी मेरा जेई का रिजल्ट आ गया है और मैंने जेई क्लियर कर लिया है, तो मेरे को बहुत प्राउड हुआ, बहुत अच्छा भी लगा।
मुझसे कुछ कोई नहीं था उस समय, तभी मैं बहुत खुशी हुई और उसकी आंखों में चमक जो थी शायद मैं वो भी बयान नहीं कर सकती।
I was dreaming of going to college and starting a new life. जो चीज़ें मैं पहले कर रहा था जैसे सोशल मीडिया को कट डाउन, that was not the solution. The actual solution was given by Q&I and their teachers.
Getting started on Q&I. Preparing for competitive exams can be challenging, but we're here to change that forever. Introducing Q&I, the assessment-led learning platform that brings the fun back into learning and gives you the tools to perform at your level best in JEE and NEET. But what exactly does assessment-led learning mean, and how can you use it to your advantage? To find out, let's dive into our platform. To begin with, visit www.qanditoday.com and click on Login. If you haven't already registered on our website, you can do so by filling this form. Now enter your registered mobile number and click on Get OTP. And well, you know this part already, don't you? So let's skip ahead. Once you've fully logged in, you'll see this page. Simply select your level of subject-wise proficiency before clicking on Continue. That will bring you to a personalized assessment, a diagnostic test that shows you your current level of readiness for the final exam. It also helps our unique assessment-led learning platform craft a personalized learning journey for you. To proceed, simply click on Attempt Now. Now read the instructions carefully and click on Take Test to start. On Q&I, testing is easy and seamless. To see how, let's take a closer look at the test panel. On the top, you'll see the section-wise number of questions. Under it, you'll find your question panel. This countdown bar shows the average time that other students take to respond to a question. You can skip a question by clicking on this arrow. Once you select the answer that you think is correct, you have 3 options. You can save your answer and move to the next question, save your answer and mark it for review, or simply mark it for review and come back later. These tools help you highlight those questions that you'd like to come back to. You'll be able to see which questions you've marked out in the summary panel. Over here, you can also see how much time you've got left to complete the test. From this panel, you can go back to any question by clicking its number. Once you've completed the test, click Submit Test. This will only submit the answers to those questions that you've saved or saved and marked for review. Let's now see how to review your test results. Over here, you can check your total score as well as the number of correct, incorrect, and unanswered questions. This panel helps you review your test results in detail so that you can see where you went wrong. You can hover your cursor over any topic to get more details. Once you make it to this screen, you've officially taken the first step in your Q&I journey. From here on, our unique adaptive engine will craft a dynamic learning journey that's tailored for you. And pretty soon, you'll begin to see the difference that Q&I makes to your prep. So, what's next? More on that in the next video, where we'll take you through Q&I's insightful and intuitive dashboard. Welcome to Q&I's unique dashboard, where you can get a smart and simple overview of your preparation journey. And at the center of it all is you. Because everything here is tailored to you and your needs. Let's now check out the dashboard in detail. So, how prepared are you for your exam? And what are your chances of success? Find out with Q&I's unique My Q Today score. This dynamic score is a reflection of all the hard work that you've been putting into your prep. With one look at your My Q Today score, you'll know whether your prep is moving in the right direction or not. All your activities on our platform go towards calculating your My Q Today score. Under this, you can check your overall performance in different subjects. With one look at this panel, you'll know which subjects you need to focus more on. So how can you ensure your success at JEE and NEET? To answer this question, let's look at the My Task Center. Over here, you'll get customized daily and weekly tasks that help you bridge the gaps in your weaknesses, core learning skills, and strategic skills. To get started with a task, click on Practice. Do you also find yourself wasting time revising the same chapters again and again? What if there was a better, smarter way to go about your prep? That's where the MyQ Matrix comes into the picture. Simply put, the MyQ Matrix tells you what topics you're already good at and which ones you need to work on to increase your chances of success. The matrix lists out your strengths, opportunities, hurdles, and weaknesses. All this data is adaptive and curated specially for you by our AI algorithm. With consistent practice, you'll see most topics moving into your strength style. This is when you know you're getting better. To view which topics fall under a tile, simply click on it. Once you do, you can check the proficiency levels of each quadrant's topics. On Q&I, you can be in control of your prep by planning what to study and when to study. You can do this with the help of the weekly planner. With its help, you can make your own schedule and plan your success. To begin with, add chapters that you'd like to focus on. That will take you to this screen, where you can select how many practice tests you'd like to give per week and which chapters you'd like to focus on. After selecting the chapters, click on Add to Test. Now, click on Save Test. And you're done! You'll now see these chapter tests lined up on your dashboard. These serve as reminders, and you can take these tests whenever you'd like to as per your schedule. On Q&I, we believe in helping you make the most of every second that you spend on our platform. We achieve this with which charts out your ideal progress versus your actual progress so that you know if your preparation journey is on track. Right next to your progress journey, you'll see your marks trend, which charts out your score with the top scores of your peers and the average marks scored by all the other users on Q&I. One look at this will tell you where you stand in comparison to other aspirants. With the help of this drop-down, you can select the different types of tests and see marks trends in each of them. Watch our next video for a quick walkthrough of our assessment section. Welcome to Q&I assessment section. Practice session and tests are central to your learning. And at Q&I, we have an unlimited bank of these. This is what we call assessment-led learning. To begin, click on the Assessments button on the left menu bar. This will take you to our unlimited bank of practice sessions and tests. Here you'll find adaptive practice sessions, which you can customize right down to the topic level. Unlimited full syllabus mock tests curated by teachers and industry experts. Live tests and test series that help you strengthen your skills. And previous year exams to test yourself in a real exam scenario. To take an adaptive practice session, click on Practice and then Custom. Once you do, you'll see all the chapters within a subject as well as your proficiency level in each. To sort the chapters alphabetically or by proficiency level, click on the Sort button. To take a full practice test for a subject, click on Full Practice. Alternatively, you can test individual chapters by clicking on Practice. Clicking here will show you all the topics within a chapter. Once you do, you can view and select the individual topics that you'd like to include in the practice test. Once you've made your selections, click on Practice for selected topics. Read the instructions carefully and click on Practice to start the test. For each question, either you'll see 4 responses to choose from or a box in which you'll need to key in your numerical answer. On the top right, you'll also see a countdown bar that shows the average time that other students take to respond to a question. Thanks to Q&I's one-of-a-kind adaptive engine, the next question that you get depends on how you fared in the previous question. As you get the questions right, the difficulty level will gradually increase and so will the level of your confidence. Once you complete your test, click on Submit Test. Immediately after submitting the test, you will be able to view your scorecard. It'll include your overall score and topic-wise score. To go back to the questions and review them, click on Review Questions. Doing so will take you to this page where you can check the right answer to every question. To see a particular question's answer, simply click on the question number. With this button, you can filter questions based on whether they were correct, incorrect, or unanswered. You'll see the real beauty of our platform once you click on the View More button. Once you do, you'll be able to see what percentage of students have answered each question correctly and which topic and concept was needed to answer it. Here, you'll also be able to see the skill required to solve that question. Once you're done, click on Back to go back to your scorecard. Next, we'll show you Q&I's one-of-a-kind analytics tool. To keep watching, do check out the next video. Welcome to Q&I's analytics section. When appearing for a competitive exam, it's critical to get down to the granular level to get an in-depth picture of your overall performance. Our unique assessment-led platform makes it super easy to do this by giving you never-seen-before tools to analyze your performance. To begin, simply click on this button. Doing so will take you to this screen. On it, you can see how much you've progressed since your last test in the Progress section. With this drop-down, you can also see your progress in practice tests, mock tests, test series, and even previous year papers. Over here, you can check your overall subject-wise proficiency. How much time did you actually spend on the questions you didn't know the answers to? You'll learn this and much more in this section, which shows you the average time spent on correct and incorrect answers. With these tabs, you can check your weekly and monthly details as well. With this graph, you can see the average time spent on each question over the past week. With this data at your fingertips, you'll know whether you're getting better at managing your time or not. Over here, you can see how many questions you've answered correctly versus how many you've answered incorrectly. With the help of these tabs, you can get a weekly or monthly overview of this information. With this graph, you can compare your accuracy percentage to that of other students who are using Q&I. On Q&I, you also have the option to get in-depth information on each subject that you're studying. Clicking on a particular subject will take you to this page. Q&I is the only platform that helps you analyze your performance through not one, but 4 different parameters. They are knowledge of concepts, comprehension of questions, application of the information provided, and evaluation of complex information. You can even check your performance right down to the topic level. Click on Expand to see all the chapters and on Open Topics to see topic level details. And that's everything about Q&I. We hope you found this walkthrough of our unique assessment-led learning platform helpful. We'll now see you on the platform. Until then, happy learning!
I certainly believe on the path that this day and age when there are like so many options and everyone is sort of being the first one to give in their views, like the student tends to get a little bit confused and they don't know what is best for them. And sometimes even other people in their life like parents or teachers can't really judge what's best for them unless they have like a physical assessment or a proof which can state that no, that is right for the student and this is the path which you should take. So I think this is a very great initiative indeed and it's surely going to help a lot of students in future.
This product obviously focuses on what you're actually weak at, like at the precise point. That I guess is not done in other online institutes too. That makes this venture stand out from others.
I would like to mention that I have been on multiple online digital learning platforms before, and the fact that this app has adaptive learning and provides questionnaire for students who are lacking in a particular topic is really nice and makes us stand out from other platforms.
This is probably the need of the hour. When children know that they can work at their own pace, they can create their own destiny.
First time I have encountered such platform with such qualities.
सेल्फ लर्निंग कि किस तरीके से वो स्टेप बाय स्टेप अपने आप को इम्प्रूव कर रहा है वो देख सकता है.
The thing which I feel best, the cycle which was told in the seminar.
For me, it is questions and initiatives.
And sometimes even other people in their life, like parents or teachers, can't really judge what's best for them unless they have like a physical assessment or a proof.
It focuses more on their personalized analysis, their diagnostic.
This will really help for any student to get to know what point they are really lacking on.
It obviously focuses on what you're actually weak at, like at the precise point.
And the fact that this app has adaptive learning and provides questionnaire for students who are lacking in a particular topic is really nice.
I find that this kind of a curriculum would be really great for my children.
Once again, a very good evening to all the school leaders. We are starting in just 2 minutes. Thank you for your patience.
The whole idea here is to apply the concept of capturing individual data of every single child using the platform. Once we have adequate data of the child and we are able to form a pattern of his learning behavior, his learning skills, the way he is able to understand questions, comprehend it, apply himself and the concept he has learnt, we use that data to train the intelligence behind the Q&I platform and give him accurate information and analytics to guide him in the right direction as accurately as you can imagine it.
कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जामिनेशंस में एक जो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है जो हर बच्चा या हर टीचर या हर माँ बाप शायद ढूंढता है वो ये है कि मेरा बच्चा किसी भी दिन अपने प्रिपरेशन जर्नी में कहाँ है. Q&I एक यूनिकली क्राफ्टेड लर्न जर्नी डिफाइन करता है हर बच्चे के लिए उसकी नीड और पेस के हिसाब से. तो जब हमारे पास एक लर्न जर्नी डिफाइन हो जाती है तो हम माइलस्टोन्स भी डिफाइन करते हैं एंड अकॉर्डिंगली छोटे छोटे स्टेप्स में छोटे छोटे सक्सेस माइलस्टोन्स अचीव करता हुआ बच्चा फाइनली अपने उस गोल को अचीव करता है. इसके साथ हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म पर हम एक और सर्विस देते हैं और वो है प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग सेशंस। जनरली हम ट्यूटोरियल्स या लाइव क्लासेस जो आप देखते हैं में एक कॉन्सेप्ट या एक चैप्टर को पूरी तरह से एक्सप्लेन किया जाता है। हमारा तरीका थोड़ा अलग है। हम बच्चों के परफॉर्मेंस को देखने के बाद उनको बकेट करते हैं। सो कई बच्चे होंगे जो किसी पर्टिकुलर कॉन्सेप्ट में वीक होंगे, कई होंगे जो एवरेज होंगे, कई होंगे जो अबव एवरेज होंगे। इसलिए परफॉर्मेंस के हिसाब से हम बच्चों को बकेट करके नीड बेसिस पे इनवाइट करते हैं अपने खास ट्यूटोरियल सेशंस में। तो बच्चा अगर 1.5 घंटे के Q&I सेशन में आता है तो उसे पता होता है कि उसका टैंजिबल टेक अवे क्या है। तो एक डिफाइंड टैंजिबल टेक अवे होने की वजह से अगेन लर्निंग विद एंगेजमेंट होती है और उसको पर्पस डिफाइंड होता है। तो अगेन ये 2 चीजें हैं जो हम देते हैं, यूनिकली क्राफ्टेड लर्न जर्नी और लाइव ट्यूटोरियल्स के थ्रू प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग स्किल्स जो नीड बेसिस है, जेनरिक नहीं है।
देखो, हम जिन समस्याओं से जूझ रहे हैं उनमें से रोड लर्निंग एक बहुत बड़ी समस्या है और हमने Q&I में उस समस्या को बड़े ही आसान तरीके से सुलझाया है। हम बच्चों को कॉन्सेप्ट का ज्ञान ज्यादा देने की कोशिश करते हैं। एक बार जब बच्चा कॉन्सेप्ट समझ लेता है तो वो दुनिया के किसी भी सवाल को बड़े आसानी से जवाब दे पाता है, चाहे वो MCQ हो या फिर डिस्क्रिप्टिव आंसर्स हो। अगर उसको पता है कि वो कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है तो लिख के आना या A, B, C और D के तहत उसको चूज करना उसको उतना ही आसान लगता है। तो इस रोड लर्निंग की समस्या को सुलझाना हमारे लिए बहुत अहम था और हम बड़े गर्व से के साथ कह सकते हैं कि Q&I ने उस समस्या को सुलझाया है।
I have, seen my son, prepare very closely for JEE, so I've been a part of his journey. From my perspective, the challenge.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready to begin. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to Education Today in the city of Indore, brought to you by Q&I Today. Q&I is a revolutionary education initiative by Thomson Digital, India's leading digital publishing solutions provider, founded by the promoters of India Today Group. Q&I is a conceptual breakthrough. It represents a paradigm shift in preparing students for competitive examinations from grades 8 to 12th. And today we are here at Education Today, and it is my absolute honor to welcome each one of you. Education Today is a groundbreaking leadership event series that will traverse multiple cities across India, bringing together the brightest minds in education like you all. This unique platform is designed to foster meaningful dialogue and collaboration around the evolving landscape of education in India. This is not just an event. It is a celebration of ideas, collaboration, and innovation. We are thrilled to have such a distinguished group of education leaders, innovators, and decision makers gathered here today. As we embark on this exciting journey, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the incredible contributions each one of you has made to the field of education. Your dedication, passion, and commitment to nurturing young minds and shaping the future are truly inspiring. So once again, thank you. Now we have a packed agenda ahead, featuring engaging panel discussions, interactive sessions, and thought-provoking presentations. We hope these sessions will spark new ideas and inspire you to take your initiative to greater heights. Before we begin our first panel discussion, let me introduce our panel discussion topic. The topic is Technology in Education, Shaping the Future of Learning. We're honored to have a distinguished panel of school leaders joining us for the panel discussion. May I please invite Ms. Kanchan Tare, Principal, Shri Ravi Shankar School, Indore. Is ma'am here? Ma'am is just about to arrive. All right, so meanwhile, let me invite other panelists. Our next panelist is Ms. Rita Singh, Principal, Central India Academy. Ma'am, please join me on the stage. Next, we have Dr. Archana Sharma, Director Principal, Sanmati School, Indore. Dr. Vijay Singh Parihar, Principal, the Shishu Kunj International School. Mr. Dali Jacob, Principal, Ryan International School. And Mr. Uttam Kumar Jha, Principal, Ikaina School, Indore. It gives me immense pleasure to let you all know that I will be the moderator for this session, and I look forward to having an insightful discussion. I'm going to request the audience to kindly keep your phones on silent so we have your full attention. Thank you so much. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. All right, a very good evening to each one of the panelists. Welcome to the panel discussion for this evening. I would like to repeat the topic. It is technology in education, shaping the future of learning. We have an incredible lineup of school leaders, educators, who will share their expertise and perspectives on how technology is transforming education. As we all know, technology has rapidly changed the way we live, work, and learn. Today's discussion will explore how these changes are shaping the future of education, the opportunities and challenges that come with integrating technology in the classrooms of today, and what the future holds for students and educators alike. So I look forward to moderating this panel and hearing your insights. So beginning with my first question is for Ms. Rita ma'am. Ma'am, I want to know what are the key challenges that educators face in integrating technology into their teaching methods?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
See, technology these days, we encounter technology everywhere, every walk of life, right? And it has changed the way we live, the way we think, the way we, moreover, the way we learn. It has tremendous change in education system, and it has made our learning very easy. And teachers' job has become very easy, no doubt. Children, they can have interactive learning, personalized learning, global learning. They can share globally with the peer. We all know that there are so many advantages of technology, but it has its own fair share challenges. We cannot deny that. It is like, double-edged sword, like an antibiotic. We can say, you have to take when it is required, but of course it will have side effect. We are so much dependent on technology, and this new generation, they are digital native. They are born with the technology, as we have adopted technology. So they learn so easy with the technology, through technology. But the challenge is what we face these days. Number one, it has got a lot of distraction. Where it has become the learning easier, it's a bigger challenge that how to focus on the educational content. There will be lot of distraction, endless digression. There is always side way. Children will be distracted. There will be social media, Netflix, right? And it leads to lot of, time consuming. And the end result is not that much productive. And these days, lot of mental issues are also coming because children have habit of, browsing, changing screen again and again. They are not satisfied with one content. And due to which their attention span has become very short. And medically, there is new term has evolved that these children are developing popcorn mind. They cannot pay attention for the longer time. And the memory span, attention span has reduced a lot. So this is bigger challenge, how to focus our student, how to engage them on educational content, how to avoid those distractions. Apart from that, cost is always there. Every institution may not have enough fund to bring the technology in the classroom. And technology, as we know, that's ever evolving. Today we have one technology, tomorrow there will be something new, and then it required more investment. So even educators are so confused, so much content, so many apps, so many things are available. What to use, which is better, which is relevant to our curriculum, right? There is resistance from our teacher side as well. Though they know that it is very helpful, everybody accept that technology is very helpful, but because our teachers are so much tuned with the traditional way of teaching, they end up with the lecture method, and they have their own fear as well, what I believe, कि maybe if I use more in the classroom technology, then my importance will go down. But this thing will become past very soon when they realize, yes, they all have to upgrade with the technology. They will come definitely if teachers are not upgrading themselves, then technology is going to replace them. And another problem, what we feel, because of technology these days, data security, cyberbullying, we are facing in our school. Earlier it was not there. After COVID, we always have session for this cyber security, cyberbullying, but still it's a biggest challenge for the school educators. So there should be a lot of trainings. And what I feel, how we teach our main subject, science, maths, social studies. Likewise, we can teach cyber security or digital literacy has to be included, like a compulsory subject, because it is the biggest challenge for the educator, how to, educate these young generation, right, how to teach them ethics.
Sure, thank you for sharing. So we all agree that technology is an enabler, but it requires thoughtful implementation and support. You raised a very important point in terms of how emotional intelligence is getting affected because of this, how emotions are not at the center of a student's life or just generally. And I feel like while technology plays a major role in making learning better, the system that y'all are a part of as educators, as school principals, also plays a very crucial role in creating a value-based learning, right? That is what would help and fix the gaps that maybe we are discussing here. So while we have gotten the gaps out of the way, I would like to ask Dr. Archana, Ma'am, we often talk about, and this is something that NEP also mentions, we've been discussing how personalization needs to be at the core of learning for students today, that one size fits all is not working out. So I want to talk about how technology can help us enable or bring personalization into our classrooms of today. Your thoughts, ma'am?
Yes. Rightly said, one size fits all. It didn't work even during our ancient Gurukul times also. Guru would always give the personalized learning to the students. I think with the interventions of AI, personalized learning experiences have become easier. I think because of, on one hand, a lot of data leveraging is required, and at the same time, advanced algorithms so can cater to the needs of, and those to the diverse needs of the learners. And there are few platforms. Of course, I won't say as on date, there are hundreds of platforms, but I would only talk about few of them which my students and my teachers, they have used. So for adaptive learning, I think Dreambox is one, which adapts to the learning pace, learning style, the content, everything as per the needs. For example, a child is very good at reading, but is struggling with trigonometry or mathematics. So this particular tool would create questions customized to the needs on mathematics front, but at the same time providing advanced reading material to the students. Same goes for, like, if I talk about assistive tutoring. Midnight, like we know that sometimes at night children are studying on their own and they need help in chemistry, for example, but they don't have anybody to help. So there are, again, platforms by the name of, I think, Cheog, CHEOG, because we are also learning to pronounce these names now. So that will stepwise teaching of whatever problem the child is facing is provided. So real-time assistance is being given to children through these AI-based platforms. Then we always know that AI-based virtual reality gives them experience of immersive learning, where the children can be transported to the ancient times if required, or the remote places can be brought into the class with the help of the virtual. Then there are certain platforms like Read and Write, which is for dyslexia children, where the text can be changed into speech and the vice versa. Speech can be changed into. Then we have a few more platforms where translators, I think, are very good for children to learn new languages. So that is, and especially when I was sitting and looking whatever was being flashed on the screen, to a great extent, this also seems to be a tool which will help children, because these are the time we have to promote self-directed learning amongst the students. Every child has a different learning style, different pace at that which they can learn. So we have to keep looking for the platforms which can help children for their personalized needs to be catered to.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts. And while I would want, there is a special segment where we take you with our story. We tell you what is it that we do. But I just want to add that technology happens to be at the center of our philosophy as well, but not just technology. And we focus on personalization majorly because we believe every child is unique. But I'm not going to say more because I want this to be a part of the segment. So very rightfully, ma'am, there are lots of support resources, platforms available. But it becomes extremely crucial to have a very structured approach to integrating them into our systems. Like ma'am rightfully said that there is lots available, but is it truly structured? So it's important to have something that is end-to-end, like a complete 360-degree approach. With that, I want to bring my next question to Mr. Uttam Kumar Jha. Sir, I want to ask, we are in a heavily digital world, and our classrooms need to be digitized, technology-driven, enabled. So how can schools firstly implement that? And secondly, what are the drawbacks of not having such classrooms? how will it push our children behind? That's what I want to know from you.
Namaste to all. We know how the technology is transforming the education and how it is essential for every institution to integrate technology in every subject. When we talk about the coding in science, when we talk about the different digital tools, even in arts. So unless we train our children to use the technology, to learn the subject in a better way, because the way the things are changing so fast, advancement in technology is also coming up. AI has taken place, most of the task nowadays, and even customized AI has come up, where you can upload your own data and ask the AI to give the answer of the certain questions. Like we did also, we have put all the NCERT books on customized data and asking the AI, because the prompt, the way you give, because there is a prompt technology nowadays coming up. The prompt technology course is coming up, how you give the prompt to the AI. So they give answers as per the questions asked in the board also, the competency-based question, any kind of a thing which you would ask the customized AI that gives you. So without technology now, the way the things are changing, the way the transformation is coming up, it's very difficult. So integrate, even when talk about this STEM, everywhere it comes as science, technology. Technology is essential for every institution to integrate with every subject. When even the learning becomes so easy, as it has already been discussed about it, that how we could learn through technology various concepts so easily. And it is time saving also for the educators to explain those concepts in a very lesser time also. So therefore, I would say the institution, they are going for the technology now. Every institution, more or less, they have interactive panels, they have robotic labs, they have innovative labs. So where the children, they go to learn certain new techniques, use those technological tools for innovation, critical thinking, problem solving. So unless we train them digitally, digital skills, technologically, digital skill trained, that is the futuristic approach for the career also for the children. So because all the industries, without technology, no industries is working nowadays. And unless the children are being exposed to those advancement in technology, they cannot get the jobs in the industries also. So we have to train them in technology. They have to use the technology in such a way that they can be placed in various industrial jobs also. So a school has to integrate it in their syllabi.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts, sir. Absolutely, and I think we all agree that we can't evade technology. It's here to stay. But Dr. Vijay, I want to ask you, so like I said that we are in a heavily digital world. How do we ensure that students not just learn technical skills, but also build emotional intelligence, foster creative thinking, problem solving? While I believe technology does help to a large extent, but how can we build ecosystems or systems that ensure that all of this is taken care of while leveraging technology?
Yeah, namaste to one and all. I think Dr. Archana and Ms. Rita has already spoken much about what is the impact of technology. I'll go to the basics, what we have learned as a teacher in B.Ed, that 4 pillars of education. They talk how to learn to know, learn to do, learn to be together, and learn to be, basically. So first 2 portions are where the technological advancements or the continuous changes which are coming are catering. Other 2 is for emotional intelligence, the second part of your question lies to there. I would like to say that first and foremost thing, we have to understand that the change is the only persistent thing, and it is going to come. And we have to accept it, and we have also accepted it. Now, what exactly we have to inculcate in our student is how to integrate and how to think critically to get a, genie out of box. once they know that this technology can be utilized for the improvement of their intellect, certainly other things can be taken care of. That too we are doing every day. So I think so more or less the answer lies in the question itself, and it is self-explanatory. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. An interesting thought comes to my mind. I read something recently, and it says that we usually prepare our students for universities, colleges, but I think it's no longer true. It's no longer enough. We have to prepare our students not just for the university, but for this universe. That they have the skills, the value system, and they are equipped with tech tools, because it helps you scale, do things at a much larger scale that we couldn't probably have imagined maybe years before, right? My next question, and one of my last questions, is to Mr. Dali. So I want to ask, how can we move beyond rote learning? We've discussed how to build skills, what are the drawbacks and the positives of technology. But I want to understand from you, as a school leader, what are some of the practices that you have maybe implemented in your school to go beyond rote learning and help students prepare for the universe, be ready for a world that is coming?
Good evening, everyone. I would just start talking about differentiating the traditional classrooms, contrasting it with the current techno-savvy or technology-driven classrooms. We all know that as we entered the education field as educators, maybe as teachers, I'm sure all of us must have begun our career as teachers. So we had these conventional classrooms with the blackboard and the textbook. We could not think of anything else other than going for a visit, going to the garden, all those things. Now we have a lot of options, like technology has entered the classroom. Technology has entered our lives. It has dominated us. I can see that at several places I get to see a 6-month-old child. Recently I was traveling and I found a mother giving a mobile phone, with some cartoon or some video playing on the screen to the child may not be, or let's say the child must be of 6 to 8 months. That is dangerous. The parents need to understand. But to that level, from birth, before birth, we have heard of Abhimanyu's story, where in the womb of his mother, he heard the story of getting into the Chakravyuha. So, right from inception of a child, all throughout the mother's journey of carrying the child in the womb. So technology has invaded us, dominated us. Technology has revolutionized the classrooms, how they have been. I would only just say one thing, and I have been saying it for last 2-3 years. When COVID hit us, a policeman remained a policeman, a doctor remained a doctor. Everyone remained what they were. But one who got changed, converted, reborn, it was the teachers. Yeah. So we have adapted technology to that level. Technology existed before that also, but that was a sudden transformation within, say not even 24 hours. It was hardly 12 hours time was given to the teachers in hand. Ma'am Archana has already spoken about personalized learning, how personalized learning is available today to different sectors of students. Yes, Jasar has rightly said, like with the personalized AI tools, personalized learning can be available. So technology has entered our classrooms. Teachers are going to exist. We spoke of the moral and the ethical issues of technology by Rita ma'am. I would say teachers would always act as a filter, should act. I would not say everyone is acting. I am sure teachers of my age and my generation, we are, we're still very particular about how a child conducts himself, herself. But the young teachers, they are also, they also require a lot of training and hand-holding, because they also are hardly, as a teacher of 25 years, they are in the last 10 years lot, and they are also having more or less same thought as, okay, liberal thinking. But we are all of the old school. I think I cannot allow a few things that my young daughter may be looking at as positive or normal. For me, that may not be normal. Then we have use of multimedia. Multimedia has, captured, let's say, captivated everyone. I find children are fond of watching shorts now. Now, it was also said that children are now kind of popcorn minds. So, what is responsible for it? The shorts, because they don't have any time. Nowadays we don't have time to soak the rice and urad dal for 12 hours, then grind it and keep it for 12 hours before making idli the next morning. It used to be a 24 hours process. Now we go for instant things. So children also needs to be served, things, content in shorts, I think. I have a 20-year-old daughter and I have a 10-year-old daughter. So my 10-year-old daughter keeps on watching shorts. She keeps watching shorts on YouTube and let's say various other platforms. All monitored though. Now, apart from rote learning, now we can think of collaboration between students. This is very important because technology has empowered the children, empowered the youth of today, the students, even teachers, can collaborate with each other, be it in whichever corner of the world they are. So that is a very important aspect that technology has brought in. I would say technology has not weakened teachers, because I said teachers will always exist as a filter. So technology has not weakened the teacher, technology has empowered the teacher, technology has given, replaced the teachers that Jola and Jadi, with a laptop and let's say a marker or a controller, a laser pen or with a controller. So that is how we can look up at it in a very positive way. So I would conclude by saying that teachers will always remain. Recently, Dainik Bhaskar people were in my school for some activity, and then they said there used to be 200 employees working in the press. Now it's all mechanized, and there are only 4 or 5 people controlling all of the machines, that too with little panels. Many people must have lost their jobs. But that is alarming, of course. Thank you. But it is not going to happen in schools. It is not going to happen in schools. So we will always have our roles. We will always have a good role to play. It would be our role to prepare our students, our youth, not for the universities, but for the universe, to be polished, civilized, human being, and rest would follow. Thank you. Yes, responsible. I would add that. I would be happy to add that word. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was very insightful. And one thing that I picked is that we didn't just become adaptive. We were always adaptive. But COVID made us realize how quickly we could be adaptive. And I'm picking some very important themes here about technology being an enabler. And you very rightfully said, sir, that technology will not just replace, it will reinforce. Reinforce the strength of teachers, reinforce the kind of things we can do today. And how personalization remains at the core of this all. It was a wonderful discussion. I would like to now open the interaction to our audience. You all have been very patient and listening to our panelists talk and share their insights. We do have some time to take maybe a couple of questions. If there is something you all would like to ask our distinguished panel here, and please, I would like to open this discussion for you all. Can we have someone on the floor helping us with the mics? So, yes, sir. Can we please have the mic for sir? Yeah.
Hi, good evening to one and all. That was nice listening to the five of you here. Yes, technology is not just the future, technology is today. And technology has always been supportive. COVID was one thing that made it very clear to one and all that what we felt, that technology would be replacing us, but technology became a supportive during that period. My question basically to any one of you there is I would like one of you to throw light on how technology in a way is empowering our students in expressing themselves constructively. How technology is empowering our students today in expressing themselves constructively.
All right, so if I heard the question correctly, how technology is empowering our students today to express themselves self-constructively? Right. All right, so which one of you would like to take that? Sure, sir, please.
Namaste, sir. Technology is something which is ever evolving and the students are utilizing it in its fullest strength now. 2-3 days before, I called up one student from grade 9 and I asked her that your teacher was praising a lot about the programming which you do. He answered, sir, I use AI. So I was astonished that how come? He says, I'll show you if you have chat GPT on your laptop. And he showed me that by giving some prompts, you can write down the whole algorithm. Now, then I was almost astonished. Then where is the creativity? He says, sir, creativity is in finding the bugs in this program. Because 100% it cannot be correct. So then he downloaded and he showed me, he ran that program on my PC. It was a very simple 40-50 line program. And he says, sir, isko pehchanenge na, then it will be your program rather than the ChatGPT's program. So I think so here the answer lies, sir. The students are utilizing it in its fullest. And there is a very good saying in Sanskrit, Pustakeshu chaya vidya parhastam gatam dhanam, na kare kale samutpanne na sa vidya na tadhvanam. If you will not deep dive into books, then books are useless. Same way, if you don't deep dive into AI or maybe any other thing, any other technology, you are just sitting at the side of it. And students are doing it and students are doing more correctively or rather than they are surprising us every day.
So nicely explained. I'll just add to this that when we engage children into problem solving, so they ideate around and find out the problems and then using technology, they find the solutions as well. And these days we see children in their technology labs doing so much, coming up with so many new ideas using sensors and algorithms. So I think they are doing it. It is all about engaging them into constructive work, and that is where the teacher's intervention comes in, how they can keep children engaged in using technology in a constructive manner. I hope I've been able to answer your question rightly.
My purpose was very clear. I wanted one to understand that how easy it is and how effective it is that technology has played its important role. It has created constructivism in our kids.
Definitely.
And that's what the evening is all about, that IT
Yes.
is a tool and a support and something that can be really used to our learning.
And once they understand the disruptive technologies, then only they will be able to create, because education is only going to create new technologies. Yeah. So I think that's itself is a pathway to the constructivism.
Right. with such advanced technologies, the ownership among students has increased, and that sort of creates a responsibility. There's a very old saying, with great power comes great responsibility. So I think, thank you for your question. You would like to say something?
This, I practically applied this in 2016. Yes. I had a different kind of an issue with the school where I was working with, and we had the learning which was affected because of the number of students that would be absent because of various reasons. And the IT club, not the teachers or not anybody else, had come up with this.
Thank you for sharing that,
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Sir, ma'am.
Any more questions?
Good evening, panelists. While the educators have been very, very appreciative of the implementation of technology in education, I wanted to understand how challenging is it to convince the parents when it comes to implementing the solution in the school? Because there are lots of other issues that would come along with it, right? Can you elaborate the question? So in terms of, when you implement a technology, it has to be, it's something new, right? It's beyond what is being traditionally offered at the school. So don't you have to convince the parents about it? And
yes,
how?
There is always rejection from parents.
Right.
Side.
So how do you take that up? Yes.
Yes, parents are always complaining.
Right.
Though they have given mobile to their children, every child is having individual mobile. But when the school starts giving homework, online homework, definitely they complain. पूरे दिन तो मोबाइल पे रहता है, सारा काम मोबाइल पे मिलता है. Then we have to convince them. Anyways, you have given mobile. If he is not using mobile for constructive work, for education purpose, definitely he will be engaged in some other, things. So it's better your child is engaged in, educational content. But yes, it is very challenging for all of us to convince parents they don't want any online content. They don't want child to learn from mobile, but they have given mobile. There is a rejection from parent side, and they are also right, what I feel, because monitoring is a big challenge for them. All the time, midnight child is studying with the mobile, whether he is engaged in educational content or he is watching something else. So that monitoring has become a problem. They cannot monitor all the time. Now the education, the teacher role, we say that it has become easy. It has not become easy. It has got a lot of more responsibility. Teachers have to focus on the child mindset and the grooming, how we do right from the childhood, right from the pre-primary and primary classes. It depends a lot, because we have to make responsible learner, independent learner, the child who is able to decide between right and wrong. तो हमारा education system शुरू से change करने की ज़रूरत है. See, we give them the instruction, we give them solution, but we don't give scope to decide between right and wrong. That is the major difference between when I compare with the abroad learning and our Indian learning. The small child itself decide this is right, this is wrong. And everybody gives this power to the child. He has to decide, yes, this is right, you do this or you do this. If you do this, you will get this. Something like that. So if we are able to work on child mindset, see, we work on physical, intellectual, physical personality, we can say. We work on intellectual personality. Now, every educators have to work on other two pillars. It is emotional personality and at the same time, our spiritual personality, through which ethical values will be developed. So we need to focus on ethical personality development and emotional personality development as well. And then gradually, we will find the change in the child's mindset. He will be able to decide what is the right thing he has to do at that moment, what is required to do, something like that. Thank you.
Between the technology and the traditional way of learning, slowly the parents are going to accept it, because nowadays it is taking little time. But the parents also have to understand how important it is, and schools have to inculcate those value systems also, as it is being said, what is good for the child and what is bad for the child. And it is not possible for parents to continuously have monitoring on the children, and they must know what is ethical, what is non-ethical, and slowly this will come. So there has to be balance initially, and then automatically this would be the part of the life of the children.
Change ka there are 3 stages. When nothing is changed, we all complain. कुछ change ही नहीं हो रहा, कुछ change ही नहीं हो रहा है. When it starts changing, we start resisting. Change अच्छा नहीं है, change अच्छा नहीं है. Once the change is done and you see the result, अरे वाह अच्छा हुआ change हो गया. तो 3 clear stages है. So whenever the parents are also a part of the same thing, so they will resist. But then when they surpass this second phase, third phase will be the brightest. Future is always bright. That's it.
When they see the outcome is coming better, then they will accept it.
Currently, yes, there is a resistance. But finally there, what sir said, Jacob sir just said, ki it is the teachers are never going to go out of the system, because we have an immense power of transformation, and we will be able to convince.
The emotional connect comes from the teacher, not from the technology, and that is more important.
Thank you for sharing that. And rightfully, any behavioral change is a little difficult. But once you see the outcome, the benefits, and draw strict boundaries, I think we can make that change, right? So thank you for sharing your thoughts. Thank you for that question. Any final question from our audience today?
Good evening, everyone. Actually, our IT teacher, she shared some PDF related to practicals with students in our WhatsApp group. So one of the parents, he came and he was fighting with us like anything. Just I was explaining them, like it's very important that our students should learn to use technology. So he said, ma'am, आप एक मूवी देखिए हैक. किसी ने देखी है यहाँ वो मूवी?
We couldn't hear the movie name.
Hacked.
Okay.
HACKED. Okay. So in that movie, a 19 years old child used a technology just for fulfilling his different desires, and how he was spoiling life of others. He was playing with the life of others. It was there. When he suggested, I watched that movie. And I really felt, if he was such a brilliant child, means that character, but he used that in such a technology, in such a destructive manner. So this is a threat, I think, for us, for all of us.
So here we have to counsel not only that parent, that gives us an idea that we need to orient other parents as well. Every weapon, every tool will have both the sides, you know. So it is for us as educators and for the parents to guide the children right way. And in fact, for this question, I was rather wondering that it was always so subtle. I don't think I have had any such instance where the parent would have objected to. Rather, we call them sometimes when we realize that the children are not using the devices at home in the right manner. So we guide them that it has to be under your vigil. Children have this tendency to go a little, they get digressed. So I don't think these certain extraordinary instances should deprive our children, because this is something which they need also, and at the same time, in coming times, we cannot deprive our children from the advanced technology or anything which makes them future ready.
I'll just add something to this. It's just that be updated or be outdated. Be thrown away. One. I mean, this is one thing. Second is, you cannot keep. I mean, mobile phone is just part of technology. You cannot keep these things away from. These are as necessary as food and shelter, food and clothes. Now it has become a necessary. Third is, now parents are also concerned about the behavioral changes they are seeing. At least the city parents, the educated ones, they can see the difference in the behavior of the children. So they trust us. They start trusting the school. They start when they come to meet us, they say, "Sir, please take care of this child." So teachers will always be there. Now it is important for us because parents have become helpless in a kind of way. I have seen many parents have become helpless, and parents look up at schools and educators. So it is very important for all of us in the education fraternity to be balanced, to be what we would like to see. We say that we would be the change that you want to see, and I think we all today, me and you and me, all of us need to be that change, to be adaptive, to be that guiding force, to be that counseling. We have numerous roles to play. Thank you very much.
So thank you for your questions. Thank you for that interaction. And rightfully, technology is here to stay and it requires thoughtful implementation. And I think that's where as educators, school leaders, teachers, you all play a very important role because you all are the shields that stand and shape our students. Like Sir said, you all are potters. We do? Okay.
Good evening to all. मेरा थोड़ा क्वेश्चन अलग हो सकता है कि अभी एक और चैलेंज आ रहा है कि आज हमारे जो बच्चे हैं वो नॉट डेवलप्ड इन संस्कार लाइक स्टूडेंट्स नो हैरी पॉटर बट नॉट नो स्वामी विवेकानंद नॉट स्टूडेंट नॉट नो अबाउट खुदीराम बोस लाइक बिग लीडर्स कई बार ऐसे पेरेंट्स के आते हैं कि भाई हमारा बच्चा तो ये जानते ही नहीं एकलव्य कौन है तो इसको हम किस तरीके से सॉल्व आउट कर सकते हैं थोड़ा क्वेश्चन अलग हो सकता है लेकिन सब यहाँ पे एजुकेशन से जुड़े हुए लोग हैं
आंसर बहुत सिंपल है फॉर एवरीथिंग स्कूल एंड टीचर्स कैन नॉट बी रिस्पॉन्सिबल आई आस एक सेम इंस्टेंस हुआ है इसलिए आई कुड गिव दैट एनालॉग टू यू मैंने कहा कि आपने अपने बच्चे के साथ बेड टाइम स्टोरी कब पढ़ा है लास्ट टाइम पे उतना क्वेश्चन का आंसर दीजिए क्योंकि अगर आपने 15 मिनट निकाले होते एज अ पेरेंट 15 मिनट्स क्रिस्प रीडिंग बेड टाइम स्टोरी विद तो आपको ये क्वेश्चन स्कूल को पूछने की ज़रूरत नहीं थी एक अगर आप अलाउ करोगे तो आई विल गिव यू अनदर 5 मिनट्स का एक अच्छा सा इफ एट ऑल द टाइम परमिट्स Okay, then next time, sometime else. But विवेकानंद का एक बहुत अच्छा story है कि अगर आप every day if you inculcate one small thing by doing, by parents if they start doing something good, अगर आप बाहर जा रहे हैं और किसी को thank you बोल रहे हैं, तो automatically this problem will be solved, sir. तो अगर अगली बार वो ऐसे पेरेंट आपके तरफ आए तो आप उनकी तरफ भी बॉल फेंकिए कि व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज योर कंट्रीब्यूशन. हर चीज़ तभी तो हर जगह भगवान नहीं रह सकता, इसलिए उसने माँ बनाई ना सर.
करेक्ट.
School celebrates all the major national religious festivals. Okay. Our education is a collaborative project of school and the family and the society as well. So, सारे चीज़ें सिखाने का काम स्कूल करे ये possible नहीं है. So, parents should take their part of responsibility. Society should take their part of the responsibility. And I think, this is how things can be done. And children see, children do. Let the children see their parents doing something. Sir said, thank you भी बोलते हुए सुनेंगे तो बिल्कुल सही बात है. Parents see, children see, children do. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Okay. So last question for the day. Thank you.
नमस्कार. मेरा क्वेश्चन नहीं है.
Okay.
As a parents, मैं कुछ बताना चाहूँगी. अभी मैंने बेटी के साथ, मेरा बेटा 8 साल का है, उसके साथ मोबाइल फास्टिंग स्टार्ट किया है. मोबाइल फास्टिंग मीन्स कि 6 घंटे वो भी मोबाइल नहीं देखेगा और मैं भी संडे उसके साथ बैठूंगी. तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा कि हम जो कंस्ट्रक्टिव की बात कर रहे हैं, हम हर चीज़ की जिम्मेदारी टीचर्स, प्रिंसिपल सबकी होती है, लेकिन एज ए मदर हम लोग भूल जाते हैं, क्योंकि हम लोग जिस ईरा में जी रहे हैं, बच्चों को आगे लाने के लिए हमें बच्चों को मोबाइल देना ही होता है. लेकिन एज ए पेरेंट्स, एज ए टीचर, एज ए एजुकेटर, वी हैव टू डेवलप दिस इनक्वालिटी. और मैंने अपने स्कूल में भी ये बोला है कि अगर सारे बच्चे मुझे बताएंगे आके कि कल कितने घंटे आप लोगों ने मोबाइल यूज़ नहीं किया है, तो एक हम इनिशिएटिव लेते हैं, तो मुझे बच्चे आके बताते हैं, मैम आज हमने पूरे 4 घंटे मोबाइल नहीं देखा. और मैं पेरेंट्स को भी ये काउंसिल करती हूँ कि एक लिमिटेड टाइम के लिए ही आप बच्चों को मोबाइल दीजिए. वो आके मुझे कहते हैं, मैम हमारा बच्चा बिल्कुल छोड़ता ही नहीं है मोबाइल. तो मैंने कहा, दिया आपने, खरीद के आप दे रहे हो. एंड्रॉयड्स फ़ोन देते हैं, आईपैड देते हैं, लेकिन बच्चों की फीस टाइम पे नहीं भरते.
So thank
Excuse
you very
me, ma'am.
much.
Good evening. Just give me a minute. Here.
Oh.
My daughter is here only, and you can see that she is attending her meeting along with our meeting, and she is preparing herself for CAT examination. So we can see that nowadays students, if they are interested, they can use technology anywhere, everywhere. Either they are on railway station or on the bus stop. And so from 11 years I am not with her. From 11 years I am roaming outside from Indore, and she is here only. but she learn everything from YouTube and from all this. So it's all depends on your grooming. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I think it reminds me of, there was an old saying which said, it takes a village to raise a child, right? And I think all the fundamental systems around a child, parents, schools, friends, family, they're truly important in bringing up the child. So thank you for sharing. To each one of you, thank you for interacting, thank you for sharing your thoughts, and especially to our panelists here. It was truly insightful hearing you all share your thoughts. It has been amazing moderating you all. With this, we come to the end of the panel discussion, but can I please have a huge round of applause for each one of you? Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, ma'am, that's true.
Hello. Yeah. Chalo, just done.
Well, once again, thank you to our audience, to our panelists. Now we have a Q&I walkthrough. I'm going to request everyone to kindly pay attention for this segment. It's very close to our heart. Here is where we present our story. The presentation will be done by Mr. Anurag Chandra, who's the head of product and business operations at Q&I Today. Let me introduce him. Mr. Anurag Chandra is an alumnus of IIT Kanpur with around 20 years of experience in the education space. He has authored several academic books for JEE and a bestseller fiction titled The Ramayana Secret. In 2018, he comes with comprehensive experience in several top edtech companies in different roles in content, product, and business. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Chandra.
Thank you.
Anurag, over to you.
Sure. Thank you, Shreya. And good evening, educators, and thank you for coming here and sharing your views in the panel discussion, that interactive panel discussion that we have. And it was very heartwarming for us, coming from a technology background and creating solutions, content and technology solutions for the education industry for the last 5 decades. It comes as a very heartwarming thing for us, because we have been also trying to come up with some of our initiatives in the Indian education system for the Indian schools. And it was great to hear the insights that you have, and also to know that the educators are really there to get technology implemented and help it to provide better learning outcomes for the students. So over here, what we are going to do is just give you a brief outline of what we are doing as an organization, what is our background, and what are some of the initiatives that we have begun taking in the educational space, and how we intend to provide a solution for the students with the school at the core of it. So that's the basic intent. The details, we'll take it up further, but here we are just going to introduce what we are doing. So Q&I basically comes from Thomson Digital. Thomson Digital is our parent company, and it falls under the wider umbrella of the India Today group. So Thomson Digital, part of the company, has been providing content and technology solutions to the big publishers globally across for the last 5 decades. Some of them include Pearson's and the McGraw-Hill's, Cambridge University Press, Oxford University Press. So these are some of the top publishers for whom we have been providing educational solutions. And we have been providing it globally. Over the last 4 or 5 years, with the advent of technology, with the data being cheap in India and things looking up in India, we started to look into the Indian ecosystem, Indian education space, and that is when we started to look deeply into what are some of the challenges that we are facing in the K-12 market space. We began with our research primarily in the post-class 10 segment, because that is when the students start to prepare for these competitive examinations and become very serious about their careers. And one of the key challenges that we saw there was post-class 10th especially. The schools have been focusing on the very important holistic development of the children. They have been focusing on providing the academic success in the boards. They have been aligned with the new age learning technologies that have been coming in, and they have been providing that safe and sanitized environment. In today's world, safety is also paramount, and all that is being provided at school. But because of these competitive examinations and the extra pressure that the students start to take at that stage, and the mandate for these competitive examinations is slightly different in the manner in which they attempt these questions. So we have the advent of several after-school programs, both online and offline, which primarily focus on competition success. They have a mix of star teachers, regular teachers, probably some teachers who are not even trained, but they are still able to cater to that particular examination. They have standardized assessments because these examinations are standard, but it leaves little room for a child who is at the bottom rung to rise up and succeed. So probably the focus over there is more on the rankers that will come out of the system. And then they have the result previous track record to cite. And they have many takers, right? They both the systems, both the schooling system as well as these after-school programs offering focused preparation for these examinations, they have their own utilities and the USPs. But you have to appreciate that they still work in an anti-parallel direction, right? The school's focus is somewhere else, and the after-school program focus is somewhere else. And that is where the children begin to feel the academic pressure. So we have a number of institutes, coachings, online programs offering these solutions, but it is the child who feels the academic pressure of that, so much so that almost 20% of the students who opt out of regular schooling after 10th is because of the competitive examination preparation overload. When they opt for various other mechanisms that have over the years developed post-class 10th, there is clearly a lack of social growth, personality growth that the children face at a later stage in time. I come through a similar system as well. I have been through IIT, probably many years before, but even then that competition was there and that pressure was there. And probably coming now, I think that if somebody had thought on it and worked on it to provide only that extra edge or the extra requirement that the school would itself start providing or catering to my requirements of succeeding in competition exams, probably I would have stayed at the schools. What we get as a result of this anti-parallel or disconnected mode of education that the after-school programs have come up with is a competing program that's disconnected from the school. They have their own way of learning, own curriculum, own pace, and that is where the children start to face problems.
have an one-size-fits-all approach. Just because the examinations are standard, the preparations are also standard. So you have many students put up in a group, segregated into batches, and that is how education is being imparted. So the children who are not able to cope up with the pace of the examination are left behind in the race, right? And there are a lot of incidents that also arise post that. With these after-school programs, again, the environment is unregulated. They don't have a proper structure. They don't have proper infrastructure. In fact, you must have heard about the recent happenings in Delhi as well. A lot of these after-school programs, they run in basements, no proper infrastructure, no focus on the development of the child, and that is where the child begins to feel the pressure. And a lot of people start blaming the examination, but it is probably the way we are teaching that is causing the problem. What we need here is a complementing program that combines with the school education system, because the syllabus for all these examinations is 75–80% same as what the school is teaching. It is probably that 30% that needs to be plugged in along with the school so that the children are able to gain maximum out of it. Individual student focus with technology, providing that personalized individual focus has become very easy. So that is something that we need to implement, and the school is quite open to introduce such solutions now. Providing safe and secured environment, because if you provide an environment where the child is free, where the parents are also secured that the child is at the school and is going to come back home prepared for everything, then they also have a lot of flexibility in choosing different things for the child back at home. So the solution that we started to build with Q&I was a solution that works with school. There are 4 essential elements of that. First is to have a seamlessly integrated learning program. When I say that is a seamlessly integrated learning program, it is not one of the regular integrated programs that we have been exposed to so far. So there could be a tendency where you may start equating us with a regular integrated school program that you may have heard so far. But this is truly different, because we understand that just getting the students into a particular place and disallowing the school attendance is not integrated. When I say integrated, it has to cater to both board as well as these competitive examinations. So when we work out a solution, we sit with the school, we sit with the academic team at school and chart out an academic journey for the school and for the students in particular, so that they do not get overburdened by preparation for board separately and for these competitions separately. The second is personalized attention to focus on individual student. The Q&I program that we have developed is a 360-degree learning solution program. It encapsulates teaching, assessments, providing analytics, providing the remedial solutions and remedial gaps, bridging the remedial gaps as well. So when I talk about personalized attention, we have crafted an adaptive platform, AI-powered adaptive platform that understands every child up to the micro level of a concept. So when we give this adaptive platform to the child to practice as homework, as assessments in our regular program, we are able to draw a lot of insights and tailor the learning solution individually to that child. So that is how we personalize the learning journey for the child. Since this program would run explicitly at the school, we do not run any coaching centers, so we do not have any centers running here in Indore. We are going to be there within the school premises and offer this solution. So we'll work out a timetable where it can fit in directly into the school's system, and that is how we implement it. So safety and security of the child is also taken care of. The quality of content and teaching. Content is something that we have been working on for the last 5 decades. Concept tagging and how the content should be tagged so to draw maximum insights. So that has been the bread and butter for us. For the teaching element, we have experts who have been focused on these training programs for the last decade or more. So we provide that quality. Since we have a big organization, we are very process driven. And all these 3 elements, in addition to that, we also need to cater to the to the teachers at school. So when we bring in some program in the school, it should not overburden the teachers. Because if you introduce something that's completely new into the system, there is going to be resistance. So we work out a way to reduce the burden of the teachers. How do we do that? Because we get an insight about every student, we are able to generate these reports. We are able to generate the feedback. We are able to generate the recommendations that the child has to have to go to the next level. So all that is done by our platform, and that is provided to the teachers. This program, as I said, is an integrated program. So we have our own master teachers who are teaching from our centralized studios in Noida. So we have our teachers also combining with the teachers at school, and hence reducing the burden in delivering the learning. These are the 4 key elements of the program that we have, and we will be very happy to come and share with you in detail how we exactly go about implementing this. But when we implement this solution, there have to be clear tangibles, clear outcomes that define the success of the program. So when we begin a program at the school, we are very clear that it has to lead to improved results and higher student retention. I don't know how the case at Indore is, but in a lot of other places across the country, there is a very high dropout rate post-class 10th. And that is something that we focus on. So it should immediately start impacting the student retention because of the way we bring in the program, the way we cater to the students. So that goes out clearly within the first academic session that we come to. The adoption of technology to stand out from competition. Everybody, we have n number of solutions out there in the market which are technology solutions. But the way you implement it, like I heard in the panel, I think Jacob sir was talking about that, there has to be an element of that physical teaching. The teacher has to be there. It cannot just be a complete technology solution. And that is the idea behind how we are doing it. When we say integrated, we do not call it, although our teachers are taking the classes online, we do not call it an online program. We call it a hybrid learning program, because 50%, what our teachers are doing in the online mode, there are the teacher participation at the school as well. So that is how we make it hybrid. So when we have the adoption of technology, it definitely helps the school stand out amongst the competition as well. And with the way we implement the technology, it's going to give you better results and attract new admissions. So these are a few of the clear, tangible outcomes that we work for when we implement this program in a school. That was at a more macro level in terms of implementing how we are completing the learning cycle. So this is what we call the learning cycle for us. So when the children, they come into the system, they begin with a diagnostic test. So the first step that we take is to conduct a diagnostic test for all the students at the schools to gauge where they are, to calibrate their initial learning levels. Once we get that sense, before we begin the regular program, we have a short bridge course, which is mandated for a certain set of students, so that when the program actually begins, the gaps in the learning for the prerequisite skills is covered there. So that is how we begin. The learning happens in 2 modes, where our teachers are teaching from the studios, being relayed in your classrooms through the smart class boards, and your teachers are there in the school helping us out there. And the second mode is also physical, where our teachers are completely sent to that particular school in physical mode. They're dedicatedly staying at your school 6 days a week. So I had an interaction with ma'am as well. So the CBSE mandate, so you have the teachers being positioned in your school. They'll be staying there 6 days a week for 8 hours in the school to help the students clear that exam. So learning is imparted that way. Once the learning begins, the practice, the assessments, everything is done on the Q&I adaptive learning platform. So with each question, we get insights, and through that insight, we are able to generate a lot of deep analytics. Now, deep analytics, when I talk about deep analytics, it may just be another word. What we are trying to come here in terms of analytics is to try to build the Google Maps for learning. Just like when we go anywhere, even if we know the destination, we do put the destination in our Google Maps to see how much time we take. That is how it has become of late, right? So what we want to do is, when a child comes into the system, we know that today the child has come into the system, and the child has a defined outcome that they are looking forward to. So 2 years down the line, they probably are going to appear in some competitive examination, be it JEE, NEET, CUET. So we know the initial entry point and the final destination, and then we use the insights that the platform gives to chart out an individual learning journey for the child. So that is the kind of
predictive analytics that we build in, so that we can predict how the child will achieve the outcome that they are set out. And if there are any gaps, we timely bridge that, and we do not leave it to chance. Once we have the analytics, we ascertain the gaps in the learning that the child has. So we cannot just move to the next chapter without bridging those gaps. And that is where we have live need-based tutorials. So what we do here is, when we have assessment of the students, we create homogeneous sets of students. We create students with similar understanding of a particular concept, invite them to a live interactive tutorial session, and bridge the learning gaps that they have. So these need-based tutorials are quite different from the regular doubt-solving sessions that we have, because here we bring them only on need basis. We do not bring probably a student who is very, very sharp in a particular concept to teach them the foundations of that concept. Because of the power of data, we are able to bring specific students, and that is how we close the learning gaps, and hence the learning cycle gets completed and the teacher moves to the next chapter. So this is broadly what the solution looks like when we implement it at the student level. We started out last year. We went into the market last year with around 50 schools. We tested it out for different ways because we were not sure as to what works best. There are n number of solutions that have worked in where solutions have been sold directly to the students. So we have tried out different models, and we figured out, based on the feedback that we got, that it is best when we work out a solution with the school. Around 5,000 students got onboarded on our platform in the last 1 year. Out of those students who appeared in JEE Main last year, I mean this to 2024 basically, we got a success percentage of 15%. And when I say success percent, it is the number of students scoring 90 percentile and more, as opposed to the national average of 4%. So that is what proves the efficacy of our product. We have implemented it in many schools. The top score for us this year was 99.93 percentile. Broadly speaking, that is what the solution is, and that is what we come here to propose. We would like to hear your insights, your feedback on what you think about it, and we would be very glad to come to the city again, talk to you and explain to you in detail what the program is all about and how we go about implementing it into the school system, the pricing, how it works, the affordability. So all that will be dealt with in a one-to-one session that we want to propose. So for now, this is the brief presentation. And if you have any queries, I'll open the forum for that. No. So we started with JEE. This year we started to offer solutions for grades 8, 9th, and 10th as well, because that is when the foundations start building in. In 8, 9, and 10, we do not call it a JEE or NEET program. It is more on the core learning skills. The way we have structured the content, it is not simply a question that has been asked in a particular exam. When we are providing the assessments, we tag the content basis the learning skill. We feel that when a student is solving questions, it is not just about accuracy. It is about the core learning skills that they need to develop, how they are able to apply the concept, how they are able to evaluate the information, how they are able to analyze the question. So all these are core learning skills. There are some strategic learning skills as well, time management, how you manage the time when you have presented with a 1-hour assessment paper. So all these skills are something that we focus on, and that is what is primarily the objective of the foundation course that we are offering at 8, 9, and 10 levels, where we focus on building these core learning skills. Right, ma'am. Yes. No. Teachers. So the hybrid program, it works within the school. So if you're talking about grades 8, 9, and 10, we take 2 periods, one maths and one science, and social sciences also. So these are the 3 subjects. We work out an academic calendar wherein we get separate periods, wherein the smart classrooms, the teachers will be teaching from our centralized studios, and we have our teachers in the school who are going to help us out there. So we are going to collaborate in different elements and deliver the entire program. For competitive examinations, which is 11th and 12th, which are more focused, so there we create separate sections. So a Q&I section is carved out, and these students, they spend time with us. So the two subjects, probably English, computer science, or whatever, the two subjects they will be taking as part of the regular school, and then the next 3 or 4 hours that they have in the day, they'll be spending with the teachers online in these smart classrooms, or the Q&I sections that we develop. So what we need here is a smart classroom within the school. Now, for practice, for the assessments, as I said, that the students also need a device. So we also facilitate that. One of the key things that came out in the interaction was that the parents, they challenge, or the major complaint is that they are not able to monitor what the children are doing at home. So we also have some software collaborations where we can lock these devices to access only fixed websites. Again, students are able to hack as well. So we are able to create an administrative console through which we can monitor the engagement. We have dashboards and reports that are generated daily where we know how much time the students are spending on the platform. And if there are any red flags to be raised, we do that. So these are some of the checks and controls that we try to bring in. So we have the element of device that's also there in the solution, but it happens within the school. Homework practice will happen at home. Yes. Right, ma'am. So we have the reference material is provided. So if you're talking only about the hybrid program, we have our e-PDFs, e-books that are provided to the students. Students are very well versed now in studying from devices as well. For NEET probably would also go into the online mode from next year, probably 1 or 2 years, because of the challenges that we had recently. So some of the tests, we have a test program, 10 test series. So for that, we generate the OMR sheets we send out to the schools as well, because those exams are taken on pen and paper. So for our test series, they do take it on the OMR sheets, but for the rest of the tests, it happens on the adaptive platform only. Sure, ma'am. So I'll talk about both the models. One is where our teachers go physically and teach, and the second model is where our teachers are teaching in the hybrid mode. The hybrid mode, surprisingly, it comes from a school from a very remote part of Haryana. So we have around 97 students across 11th and 12th who take these classes. So it's in Hisar. So it's one of the remote areas beyond Hisar. So what they do, they have these sections. They take 2 hours each day, where the students come into the class with their subject teachers. They sit in the class and the students take these classes. Our teachers then prescribe homework. When the children go and take homework at home, our customer engagement team is able to assess if the child engagement is there or not, because daily monitoring is happening. If there is a blip at an individual level, we know. So we are able to generate and send across a message to that particular student that please attempt your homework, and at a weekly level to the school. So this is how we monitor the progress. The teachers are focusing on providing the homework and gauging them. The way they are doing the homework, because our teachers are in centralized studios and the school teachers will have other work to do. So who takes care of the remedial assessments or remedial practice that they need to do? So that is where AI's power comes into play. So the homework that they prescribe, every child will solve probably 15 questions, but then after those 15 questions, every child will be at a different level. The platform is smart enough to understand where are the gaps, and it generates a daily 30-minute task or automated homework for the child and creates it on their dashboard. Individual learning level. So this is how we implement it. We also have visits physically at a periodic level, probably once in a quarter, because that physical touch is also required. So once in a quarter, one of our teachers or two of our teachers do visit the schools as well, because results is of prime importance to us, and we want to focus on the school's needs. So it's not completely like we are on screen only. So that is how we are implementing it for the online system. The offline system or the on-site mechanism or model that we say, our teachers go and stay at the school. So generally, for other programs, you have teachers staying in the school in the morning and taking classes later in the evening at some other place, but here we don't have that system. The teachers, although they will be on our roles, but they will come to the school at the regular school time, follow all the administrative requirements at the school, so they become a part of the system at school. They will be there up to 2 hours beyond the school time. So between the school, in the school time, they're going to teach. In the extra 2 hours, they focus on the individual students. That is where personalization comes in. So based on the practice, we are able to identify which student is weak in what, and what probably 15, 20-minute intervention on that particular day solves the problem rather than picking it up 2 months down the line. So our teachers are there 6 days a week. 5 days we do complete curriculum classes. On the 6th day, again, we have these need-based tutorials that I was talking about. Since it is a physical program, you don't need to come online. So our teachers are there to provide need-based tutorials. We create homogeneous sets of students, see what their learning trajectory should be. They chart out their individual learning journey using a platform and then plug those gaps. So Saturday is spent doing that. So that is how we are trying to solve for the on-site or the physical learning model. So these are the two models that we operate. Commercials. So we'll definitely talk about that, but it's subscription based. Online mode, the cost is not too high. It's probably a fraction of what the children are paying in the off-site system. In the physical coaching, because it's a bigger amount, so we have installment plans there. So that is something that we can work out on. And it depends on the number of students that we're having. Probably if the school has a lot many students, we can work out a way that it works best for the school, for us, as well as for the students. Physical mode, those students will be ours. So for maths and science, we will be teaching them completely. They can be, because not all students may opt for it, right, in your school. But if all of the students are opting for it, we are going to completely cover for the CBSE as well as these examinations. Yes, sir. So we expect that there'll be around 35 students in one class, 11th and 35 in 12th. So 70 is the minimum strength that we look at. In the offline mode. Yeah.
Because similar to this, CBSE has already started Kaplan. That in class 8,
right.
they are already given us all the technology with us.
Right.
So they have started on the same line, but they are having all the 5 subjects, main subjects. And our teachers are there and they're
Teachers.
the teaching.
Right.
Similar to that.
Similar to that, yeah.
In one of my experience, I have seen that there is a teacher iteration whenever we take such type of programs. So how you can ensure the teacher is stable in the school?
That's why when we say, we don't say that it is an online program. So the intent is clearly there that we do not want the teachers to leave, because there always has to be that element of physical teacher being there. So there are lots of things that are taken care of in the school as well, like the practicals and other things.
Agreed, sir. Actually, my question is that if teacher changes, then the interest also goes along.
So teacher change within the program.
Yes. So
okay.
If it happens, then what is the guarantee of your program that teacher will sustain in the school for that long?
Right. So that problem generally comes in because of the organizational structure as well, the maturity of the organization. So when teachers come on board, they are not just teachers, they come into that organization. So we have our own policies to take care of that, which ensures that the teachers do not change. And we do not hire teachers and send them across to the school right away. They come into our fold, they have to go through the rigor of academic training, they have to go through 3 months of training before they qualify to become teachers. So we take that much of interest, and that much of protection is there for the schools. Yes, ma'am. Obviously, ma'am, because our platform is available for all the teachers for free. So when we implement it, the teachers get onboarded, they get trained on the new technology, the new platform, they get access, complete access to the entire platform, entire set of content as well. And they can also come and sit in the class and work with the teachers.
So अभी हमें B.Ed, M.Ed teacher की ज़रूरत नहीं है. You will recruit for us.
For maths and science, that is something that we intend to do, yes. So our plan is to again come back, connect with you virtually first. Next week, whatever the time of convenience is, we'll probably reach out to you next week to seek time for you, probably half an hour, 45 minutes, just run through the entire program in detail to show you the platform as well, the teacher profiles and how we are implementing it, share some videos with you, and then come over again physically to understand how you want to go about implementing it. So that is how we want to take it forward. So probably next week, expect a phone call from us. We will seek some time from you to just go through the platform and the program offering in detail. Thank you.
Thank you, Anurag. It was informative, interactive, and engaging. Thank you so much. Before we move on to the awards segment, I want to request each one of you to kindly come up on the stage. We would like to capture this moment. We would like to do a group photograph. Could I please request all of you to join me on the stage for a group photo? Let's have two group photos, one with just our school leaders. And for the next one, I would like to invite the Q&I team as well. But for first, let's have all the school leaders together. Please come up on the stage, make use of the stage. So in the next 2 minutes, we're going to start with the award section. Just 2 minutes. दोनों All right, thank you for your patience. Now it's the time to felicitate your exceptional contribution and dedication to the field of education. It's time for the award ceremony. May I please request our Executive Director and CEO, Mr. Vinay Kumar Singh, to kindly join us on the stage and give away the awards. Sir, please join us. Thank you. I have a small request to make. Please make your applause really loud for each of the awardees. Let's begin. So we are honoring all the exceptional school leaders today. And the first principal, may I please invite Ms. Rita Singh Principal, Central India Academy. Ma'am, please come up on the stage. Once again, congratulations, ma'am. The next award is for Dr. Vijay Singh Parihar, Principal, the Shishukunj International School, and our panelist for today. May I now invite Ms. Kanchan Tare ma'am for Principal Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Vidya Mandir. Ma'am, we missed you at the panel discussion. Thank you for joining us. We are so glad you could join us today. Congratulations, ma'am. And the next one, please put your hands together for Dr. Archana Sharma, Director Principal, Sanmati School. May I now invite Mr. Uttam Kumar Jha, Principal, Ekayana School. Ekayana School. Please put your hands together for Mr. Dali Jacob, Principal, Ryan International School. Congratulations, sir. Let's have Dr. Gajendra Singh Patel, Principal, the Sika Senior Secondary School. Congratulations, sir. Now, heartiest congratulations to Ms. Geeta Taneja, Principal, Vidyanjali International School. Ma'am, please come up on stage. Please put your hands together for Ms. Anubha Bahadur, Principal, Colonel's Academy School. Congratulations, ma'am. I would now like to invite Mr. Trevor Ronald Brown, Academic Director, Golden International School. Congratulations, sir. The next award goes to Miss Nidhi Sahani, Principal, Laurels School International. Congratulations, ma'am. Please put your hands together for Miss Reshma Juneja, Principal, Delhi Public Elementary School. Let's have Mr. Pramod Kumar Tiwari, Principal, Army Public School. May I please have Dr. Mamta Dwivedi, Principal, Rankers International School. Congratulations, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, keep the enthusiasm up. We have Miss Vinita Bhatia, Principal, LG Academy. Congratulations, ma'am. The next award goes to Dr. Prakash Chaudhary, Director, Shri Vaishnav Institute of Education. Congratulations, sir. I would now like to invite Ms. Rashmi Kaushal Baveja, Principal, Vivek Anand Vidya Vihar. The next award goes to Dr. Sheena Abraham, Principal, Mar Thoma Higher Secondary School. Congratulations, ma'am. Let's have Mr. Ashwendra Singh, Principal, Krishna Academy. May I now have Dr. Akhilesh Patidar, Principal, Paramount Academy. Congratulations, sir. Please put your hands together for Mr. Satish Niranjani, Principal, the Omni School. The next award goes to Ms. Nilima Bajatia, the Principal, Nahar Global School. Congratulations, ma'am. May I now invite Mr. Rajendra Kumar Sahu, Principal, Unnati Academy. Congratulations, sir. Let's have Mr. Sanjay Singh Parmar, Principal, Adarsh Academy. Please put your hands together for Ms. Madhvi Verma, Principal, Sky Heights Academy. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Rachna Jain, Principal, Shri Bhartiya Sanskriti Shiksha Sansthan. May I now invite Ms. Abhilasha Supikar, Principal, Aaron International School. Congratulations, ma'am. Ms. Jyoti Maheshwari, Director Principal, Shiksha Shikhar. May I now invite Mr. Dwarika Prasad, Principal, St. Paul's Public School. The next award goes to Ms. Seema Joshi, Principal, Sunrise Higher Secondary School. Please put your hands together for Ms. Zarina Khan, Principal, Dastak Public School. May I now invite Mr. Jai Singh Pawar, Principal, Shri Jai Govind Gopinath Higher Secondary School. May I now invite Mr. Joao de Cruz Fernandez, Principal, Toppers Academy. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, sir. Congratulations. Join me in welcoming Ms. Rekha Singh, Principal, Gyan Sagar International School. Mr. Hitesh Chandra Tiwari, Principal, ITMA Vidya Niketan. Congratulations, sir. Please put your hands together for Miss Mansi Dige, Principal, Vindhyachal Academy. Put your hands together for Miss Sanjeeda Khan, Principal, Bright Stars Central Academy. Congratulations, ma'am. Please put your hands together for Miss Sabahat Khan, Vice Principal, Daily School of Education. Moving on to a couple of honorary mentions. May I please invite Mr. Mohammad Bilal Khan, Director, Desire Academy. Please put your hands together for Mr. Ashish Verma, Director, Bright Higher Secondary School. Please put your hands together for Mr. Sandeep Kashyap, Director, Charming Kids International School. And the final award for tonight, may I please invite Mr. Naseeb Mohammed, Director, Management Academy. Congratulations, sir. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. Once again, a big, big congratulations to each one of you. Can we have a final round of applause for all of your commitment and dedication? Well, they say all good things come to an end, and this event is no exception. But I want to thank each one of you as we draw close to the closing ceremony. I want to say thank you for joining us today. Thank you for making this event what it is today. And I believe it is a success. Do you all agree? Yes. Thank you. As we conclude this session, this event today, I want to thank each one of you, our panelists, our awardees, all the school leaders, educators that joined us today. Thank you for taking out the time. Thank you for putting in the efforts. We had some amazing discussions. We heard great insights. And because of your participation, we truly, truly enjoyed, and it was our honor to host you today. Finally, thank you to all the support team members. We are truly, truly grateful for everyone's support and help. As we come close to this, once again, thank you to each one of you. I request, please proceed towards dinner. We would love to come and talk to you, network with you all right after this session. As Anurag said, we will be calling you next week to reach out to you and discuss our ideas and how can we take Q&I forward with you all. But once again, thank you so much for joining us. It has been a true honor being your host and your moderator, and I truly enjoyed being here today. Thank you very much for joining us.